Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this larger square ABCD and the smaller square EFCG, fully inscribed in a semicircle with a center O, as you can see in this given diagram. And furthermore, the area of this semicircle has been given to us as 10 times pi square units. And now our task is to calculate the area of this green shaded region, this area and this area combined. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. We are going to calculate the radius of this semicircle. I'm going to label this radius as lowercase r. And now we are going to find the value of this radius. And now let's recall the area of a circle formula. Area is always equal to pi r square, where lowercase r is the radius. So therefore, the semicircle area is going to be simply pi r square. And I'm going to divide this one by 2. And now we know that our semicircle area has been given to us as 10 times pi. So I'm going to substitute that value 10 times pi over here. So let's go ahead and fill in the blanks. So we got 10 times pi is going to be equal to pi lowercase r square divided by 2. And now I am going to multiply both sides by 2 to remove this fraction, and I'm going to multiply the left hand side by 2 as well. And here we can see this 2 and 2 is gone. So therefore we got pi times r square is going to be equal to 10 times pi times 2 is going to give us 20 times pi. And now we are going to divide both sides by pi. Here pi and pi is gone. So therefore our radius r square value turns out to be equal to this pi, and pi is gone as well. So therefore we are ended up equal to 20. So thus our r square value turns out to be 20. And now let's make an observation. We can see that this green shaded region area is going to be equal to the area of this big circle plus the area of the small circle as well. So therefore now our task is to calculate the area of this big circle, and likewise we are going to calculate the area of this smaller circle as well. So therefore now our task is to find the side lengths of this bigger square, and likewise we are going to calculate the side lengths of this smaller square as well. And in this next step I have dropped this perpendicular OT on this chord AB. And now let's recall the perpendicular bisector theorem. According to this theorem, if a radius of a circle is perpendicular to the chord, then the radius bisects the chord. So no wonder this perpendicular bisects this chord AB into two equal parts. This segment AT is going to be equal to this segment BT. So therefore this segment OD is going to be equal to this segment OC as well. If I label this segment OD as X, then this segment has got to be X as well. And this is going to be X, and likewise this is going to be X as well. So therefore this whole side length of this larger square is going to be X plus X is going to give us 2 times X. So therefore this side length of this large square is going to be 2 times X, and likewise this side length is going to be 2 times X as well. And now in this next step I am going to connect this center O with this point B, as you can see in this next step. And let's make an observation. We can see that this OB is the radius of this semicircle. So I'm going to label this radius as lowercase r. And bear in mind that this angle has got to be our 90-degree angle, since we are dealing with this square. And now we are going to focus on this right triangle BCO. And we are going to apply the Pythagorean theorem on this triangle. And here's our Pythagorean theorem: a square plus b square equal to c square. In our case, our hypotenuse is lowercase r, whereas two other legs are x and 2 times x. Let's go ahead and fill in the blanks. So we got x square plus 2 times x whole square equal to r square. Let's simplify. That is going to give us x square plus 4 times x square equal to r square. And now we know our r square value is 20. So I'm going to substitute that r square value 20 over here. So therefore, when we combine the like terms, we are going to get 5 times x square equals to 20. Let's divide both sides by 5. This 5 and 5 is gone. So therefore, x square value turns out to be equal to 4. And now I'm going to undo this square by taking a square root on both sides. So therefore, we could see that our x value turns out to be positive 2 units. So thus this x value turns out to be 2 units, and likewise this is going to be 2 units as well. And this side 2 times x is going to give us 4. So thus the side length of this bigger square turns out to be 4 units. And now we are going to calculate the side length of this smaller square as well. Let's assume its side length is y. Then this side length is going to be y, y, and y across the board. And in this next step, I am going to connect this center O with this point A, as you can see in this next step. And now let's make an observation. We can see that this OE is the radius of this semicircle. So I'm going to label this one as lowercase r. And bear in mind that this angle has got to be a 90-degree angle, since we are dealing with the square. And now we can see that this segment OF is going to be y plus 2. And now we are going to focus on this right triangle EFO. And we are going to apply the Pythagorean theorem on this triangle as well. And here's our Pythagorean theorem once again: a square plus b square equal to c square. In our case, our hypotenuse is radius r, whereas our two other legs are y and y plus 2. Let's go ahead and fill in the blanks. So we got y square plus y plus 2 whole square equal to r square. And now let's recall this famous identity: a plus b whole square could be written as a square plus 2 times ab plus b square. We are going to apply this identity on this binomial. So therefore, we could write y square plus once again y square plus 4 times y plus 4 is going to be equal to r square. Let's combine the like terms. So we are going to have 2 times y square plus 4 times y plus 4 equals 2. And now we can see our r square value is 20. I'm going to substitute that value 20 over here. So therefore, we are going to have a 20 on the right hand side. And now we are going to subtract 20 from both sides. This is gone. So therefore, we are ended up with 2 times y square plus 4 times y minus 16 is going to be equal to 0. And to make our job simple, I'm going to divide each and every term by 2 across the board. So therefore, we are ended up with y square plus 2 times y minus 8 equal to 0. So thus we are ended up with this quadratic equation: y square plus 2 times y minus 8 equal to 0. And we are going to solve it by grouping and factoring. And now let's focus on this constant negative 8. This could be broken down to negative 2 times positive 4. And if we add this negative 2 and positive 4, we are going to get this positive 2 indeed. So therefore we are going to have factors y minus 2 and then times y plus 4 is going to be equal to 0. Now we are going to separate these factors. I can write y minus 2 equal to 0 and the other equation y plus 4 equal to 0. For this first equation, our y value is going to be positive 2. For this second equation, our y value is going to be negative 4. And now we can see y equals to negative 4 value is not feasible because the side length cannot be a negative number. So therefore we are going to reject this negative value of y and we are going to accept y equals to positive 2 value. So thus this y value turns out to be 2. Likewise this value 2, 2 and 2 across the board for this smaller square. So thus we can see the side length of this larger square is 4 and the side length of this smaller square is 2. And now we are going to calculate the area of this big square. And now let's recall the area of a square formula. Area is always equal to s square, where s is the side length. And in our case, the side length of this big square is 4. So therefore, this big square area is going to be 4 square. That is going to be equal to 16. And now we are going to calculate the area of this small square as well. And we are going to use the very same area of a square formula. And the side length of this small square is 2. So therefore this is going to become 2 square and that is going to be equal to 4. And here's our final step. Now we are going to calculate the area of this green shaded region. And we already figured out our big square area as 16 and the small square area as 4 over here. Let's go ahead and fill in the blanks in this equation. So we got 16 plus 4 is going to give us 20 square units, the area of this green shaded region. So thus the area of this green shaded region turns out to be 20 square units. And that's our final answer. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.